Wow. Beautiful, beautiful home.
Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
I'm mighty glad to see you here today. There's a chance to talk about what we're doing in Tennessee for education.
Absolutely. Hi everyone, I'm Jeanette Seha and I'm here with Michael Spalding, who has generously welcomed us into his home. But more important, he's going to share with us about Equal Chance for Education. Are you ready to tell
I'm
us?
very, very ready. Looking forward to it, Jeanette. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go. Hi, I'm Jeanette Seha, and I'm here with Dr. Michael Spalding in Nashville, Tennessee. We have a fabulous story, inspirational for everyone out there, especially students who want to go to college. But before we get into that, let's find out a little bit more about Michael. Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an old guy that went to medical school and then went into urology here at Vanderbilt in Nashville and was in private practice for 37 years. And about 5 years ago, I founded this organization that we're here to discuss today, Equal Chance for Education.
Yes, and there's a great story behind how it got started. Can you share with us?
Yes, my wife and I had a housekeeper whose daughter was about to graduate from high school. And I asked where she was going to go to college, and her mother said, it's just not possible, we can't afford it. And looking into it, I found out because she was not a U.S. citizen, she would have to pay 4 times as much to go to state schools as an in-state student or someone that was a U.S. citizen. So I said, we'll send her to Lipscomb here in Nashville, and we did. And then I said, are there other students like this? And she said, 10,000 in Tennessee.
Wow.
And I didn't know this. She said last year, there was a young man who graduated and is now cooking hamburgers at McDonald's, but he wanted to be a physician like yourself. So I said, well, let me speak with him. And I did, and I got him in college. Then my wife said, now let me see if I got this right. You're retired, you've got no income, you've got 2 kids in college, and there are 10,000 more to go. She said, maybe you should start a 501c3 or nonprofit. So we did. So that's how we got started with Equal Chance for Education.
And how long ago was this that you started?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. And, tell us a little bit more about, there's 215 students.
Yeah, to date we've had 215 students go through our program. We call them Equal Chance for Education Scholars, or ECE Scholars. And we're in 15 Tennessee universities and colleges. And now, because we're 5 years old, they're starting to graduate and do awfully well.
Yes, and what inspires you the most about your, Equal Chance for Education?
Well, I think education is the best chance any of us, citizen or non-citizens, is our best chance to elevate ourselves and our families. No one in my family had ever gone to college, and I went on scholarship and then got to go to medical school the same way, and it made a lot of difference for me and my family.
And what is your dream for Equal Chance for Education? Like, what is one of your goals?
What we're hoping eventually is it will become so obvious that these are great members of our community that they'll be made citizens.
Right.
We've got, for example, thus far, some of our graduates are now in medical school here in Nashville. We've got a young lady that will start Yale Law School next year.
Wow.
We've got a CPA, we've got a registered nurse, we've got a school teacher. The daughter of the young lady, the daughter I mentioned first, the young lady is now back teaching high school in her high school. We've got a cinematographer making movies for a living. We've got an engineering graduate student at Vanderbilt. So my point is, they're going to be great members of the community.
Absolutely. And let's go for the student's perspective. If there's a student out there who wants to apply, how can they get started and what are the requirements?
Well, they must be in Tennessee.
Okay.
They have to have a B average or better in high school. And they must have what I call a real-world career goal. And what we mean by that is when they get that diploma, we want that to lead to a job.
Right.
If they're studying something like Chinese art from the 2nd century, that's very interesting. But it's hard to find a job with that. My personal hobby is Italian architecture from 1600s. And I have been fortunate enough to get a few free chicken dinners out of that, but it's not a career. I can't make a living talking about that. Should you ever have trouble going to sleep, I can tell you enough to get you to sleep, but that's about it.
Right. And then they can apply online, or where can
Yes,
they
if
find
they just look up Equal Chance for Education online, it gives them exact instructions on how to apply.
Amazing. And this is ongoing, so they can apply any time of the year?
Well, it's an annual thing. Our current group must apply by March the 1st, but then next year we'll have till March the 1st for the following year. And it's an ongoing application.
Okay, perfect. So you heard it, students. And now for people, the general public who may want to donate, where and how can they do that? Because
we want to make that very easy for you.
Yes.
Our organization is called Equal Chance for Education, and our address is 700 Belle Meade, that's 2 words, B-E-L-L-E, Meade, M-E-A-D-E, Boulevard, Nashville. The zip is 37205. But yes, we would love contributions. Our budget is now $1.6 million per year. As I say, we've got 215 students to date, and it's expensive. We have partnerships with 15 Tennessee universities and colleges.
Right.
And so the idea is that the student lives at home.
Okay.
And the reason that saves us room and board at the school, which on average is about $7,000 or $8,000 per school.
Right.
So if you multiply that times 200 plus, just a number we don't have. So we try to find schools in their geographic area where they can live at home and go to school on a daily basis.
And what has been some of the stories from students who graduated that have impacted you, or that have made you?
It's really very moving to see someone. I'm going to have a second, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. Okay, I apologize. We had one student who graduated from Lipscomb last year. It was his 4th school he'd attended. His family at one point lost their home to keep him in school. He graduated with honors, and now is a graduate program at Vanderbilt. Yeah. So there is a Latin expression called, let me see if I can get it right. It's per Augusta ad Augusta. It means from trial to trial. And he lived that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. It's stories like that people want to know about. That amazing,
Yeah. The drive and perseverance these students project is really amazing. There's some words like assiduous, sedulous, that I didn't know till I got into this, but it means painstakingly determined.
Absolutely.
And they are painstakingly determined.
And it takes somebody as well like you taking that, initiative to create this amazing opportunity for students, because it also gives them hope that somebody cares,
Yeah.
and that's very, very special. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, I would like to mention about our mentor program
Oh,
if we
please,
have time.
yes,
Yeah, because we're very happy about that. Our retention rate is 98%, which means what percentage are staying in school. So very, very few have dropped out, and that's not by chance. Because what we do is ask people to serve as mentors, usually in their career goal. For example, I mentor some of the pre-med students. But that works in a couple ways. First of all, we're able to give them some advice about how to spend their summers, how to apply for jobs, that sort of thing. But in addition, we're an early warning system. In other words, if they do have a car accident, we've got pro bono attorneys that will go with them. We have immigration attorneys.
Right.
If there's an interface with ICE or medical problems or dental problems. programs. So we're trying to be very proactive to make sure that they finish.
Right. And also, why Latinos? Why is this so prevalent for Latinos?
Well, this program is not just for Latinos. It's for anyone that's undocumented. DACA, DACA students,
Yes.
or totally undocumented, not DACA eligible.
Right.
And the reason is we don't have what's called tuition equity in Tennessee. 27 states do, which means if you graduated from their high school in that state, you can go to their state schools at in-state rate, but not in Tennessee. So most of our schools are private schools that accept all comers on an equal basis as far as tuition.
I see. And how do you feel equal chance for education would impact America as a general population?
Well, our hope is obviously that you take students that we're not going to go to college. We end up with doctors, lawyers, CPAs, school teachers, cinematographers, engineers, nurses, and so on. And that's an all boats rise. We all profit by our citizenry being as well educated as possible.
Right. That's amazing. Is there anything else you would like the public to know about equal chance for education?
Nothing comes to mind. Is there something I've left out?
No,
that I
it's
should have
amazing.
said?
So, for example, students can apply. The next deadline is March 1st.
First for this year, but
For
then
this year.
if they're rising seniors, then next year, every year. And they can look us up online, Equal Chance for Education, and the directions are there.
And for anyone out there that feels compelled to donate, there's also, I believe, volunteering and mentoring opportunities as well. And all the information can be found on your website.
Yes.
Definitely a great cause, definitely a great organization. You're so inspiring. Thank you for leading the way for the next generation. I feel it's so important to get the message out there. And if you're a student, please apply, give it a look, especially if you're in Tennessee. And if you're not, it's a great way to donate and give the gift of education, which I believe is one of the best
Good.
gifts you can give.
One final point, if I
Yes,
may.
please.
We are a country of immigrants. 3% of our population are Native Americans, and that's great. But the rest of us are visiting them in their land. We're all immigrants. So in my view, I don't know how we decide what year you were here and where you came from.
Thank you, Michael. You were just speaking about some interesting statistics.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing with us?
Well, I think one that we're very proud of is we have one young lady who graduated here in Nashville from Lipscomb with honors and then applied to medical school. And she's now married here in Nashville. She is one of the 60 undocumented students to ever be admitted to medical school in the history of the United States.
Wow.
Yeah. She's a sophomore and doing awfully well.
Incredible.
Yeah, we're very proud.
Inspiring. And do you have any plans for Equal Chance for Education to expand beyond Tennessee?
Well, we think we have a nice little model here, and this could be replicated any place in the United States. They would like to, and we'd be glad to share anything we have with them if they would like to do so. We think that'd be wonderful.
Absolutely. And like I was saying before, I'm so inspired by you. Thank you for everything you're doing, and for all the students out there, and for the general public that wants to get involved. This is very inspiring.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Enjoyed being with you.
Thank you, Michael. Until next time, see you all soon.